So I read this article on Punch newspaper, a rebuttal by Dele, the EFCC's head of media and publicity, that was aimed squarely at Steve Osuji, who is a veteran journalist and former editor. Osuji had accused the EFCC and its chairman, Oyewale, of corruption, secrecy, asset relooting, selective prosecution, and misuse of recovered funds. But instead of tackling those allegations head-on, Dele's response felt like someone just discovered a thesaurus. All the grandiose drama and lofty language, but little in the way of clear, direct answers. I'm not saying the EFCC is corrupt, but when someone is accused of mismanaging recovered funds and your response is, ironically, Osuji devoted 50% of his essay to rummaging through Sonala Oluhense's archive of acerbic commentaries on the EFCC.
God have mercy upon us.
His devotion to Oluhense is not born out of reverence or respect, but the fecundity of his postulations. My goodness, you are not helping your case. Anyway, Dele Oyewale said the EFCC handled over 50,000 cases in a year. Good for them. What my real issue is and what my complaint is in this video is what happened to the money they recovered. So if you don't know, in 2024, EFCC recovered over $365.4 billion, which is about $214.5 million, alongside £54,318, 31,265 euros, 2,919 Canadian dollars, 740 Australian dollars, and numerous other currencies. That's the amount of money they recovered in 2024.
God have mercy upon us.
And according to the EFCC, they don't keep any of this money. The recovered loot is paid directly into the central bank under the Proceeds of Crime Act 2022. Fair enough. Now we're getting to the meat of it. That money, which is public money, is now being reinvested into programs like NELFUND and CreditCorp. This sounds great if you're just looking at the surface, because I want you to look closer. CreditCorp is a government-backed lender offering so-called affordable loans to entrepreneurs. But they charge 3.8% to 4% interest per month on a flat rate basis. And that's no small. Because when you do the math, it works out to roughly 45 to 50% annually in effective APR. And that's before you factor in fees and penalties. So if you borrow 1 million naira, you are paying around 38,000 to 40,000 every single month in interest alone. That's almost 500,000 per year. Just to borrow money that was supposedly recovered for public good. And from what I saw, even the platform itself is barely working though. Lots of broken links and inaccessible portals. Technically, it's cheaper than digital loan sharks that are charging 10% per month or even more. But that doesn't make it fair. You know what it makes it? Predatory and not empowering. Then there's NELFUND, the student loan program. To access it, you already have to be enrolled in university. But isn't that the main reason people don't go to school? The fact that they can't afford to pay the initial fees. So this program automatically excludes the poorest and the poor of Nigerians. So now imagine this, billions of naira that were recovered from those who looted Nigerians are now being funneled back into debt schemes. You know where that money could have gone? That money could have gone into real development. Things that give people power and mobility without chaining them into interest payments. And I can give you examples. In fact, I can give you examples for these. A functional railway network to connect major cities. You know what that would do? It will boost trade, it will reduce logistics. Modular refineries, the ones that actually work, of course. Or maybe renewable energy infrastructures like solar mini grids, localized energies for schools, hospitals, SMEs that are the bread and butter of Nigerian economy. Or how about digitizing public education and skill training? Free for all, without needing a loan application. That's the kind of stuff that makes Nigeria competitive in 2025. Not high interest loans disguised as salvation. So EFCC might not be directly pocketing this money, but the recovered loot ends up in systems that still trap the poor in financial stress. Then we haven't gone far from square one now. We've just learned to call exploitation by a nicer name, in my opinion. Well, if you like this video, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'm posting new videos like this every week. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comment. I really love to hear you and what you think and what topics you want me to cover next. Bye, guys.